Hi folks, it's Roseanne Schneider coming to you from burnt down California, um, which is one of the reasons I'm not there with you today. Um, it's been truly awful here, and I am in a face mask because the smoke is so terrible. But we survive and we go onwards. I was planning to present information from 4 very good web pages, and also I will be making my book, which is Survival, Torture, and Control in the Modern World, free for the duration of the conference and a couple of days afterwards. So you can go to Amazon and download that for free. Okay, let's get to these web pages because they've got some very good information on them. The first one, I'm going to zoom in here, is a timeline of important dates in the history of electromagnetic technology and mind control. This is by Cheryl Walsh. Very, very good. Please look it up and print it out. The second one is really very good. It's called How Far in the Future is the Ban of Psychotronic Weapons? And I'll be reading from that if I don't lose my technology. The third one is Rense.com, Mind Control Patterns. And the fourth one is actually an article that I wrote. Let's find the title. Entitled Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Covert Experimentation. I would like to read from How Far in the Future is the Ban of Psychotronic Weapons, because this is really a very, very good article about what's been happening in our world when we were looking the other way. This is by Mojmir Babacek, and it was written in 2013. Okay, here we go. In March 2012, Russia's Defense Minister Anatoly Sergeyevsky said at a meeting with Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, quote, "The development of weaponry based on new physics principles, direct energy weapons, geophysical weapons, wave energy weapons, genetic weapons, psychotronic weapons, etc., is part of the state arms procurement program for 2011 through 2020, end quote. The world media reacted to his hinting about the open use of psychotronic weapons by publishing scientific experiments from the 1960s in which electromagnetic waves were used to transmit simple sounds into the human brain. However, most of them avoided saying that extensive scientific research has been carried out in this area throughout the world since. Colombian newspaper El Espectador was only one of a few to publish an article covering the full scale of the achievements of this research. UK newspaper Daily Mail wrote that research in electromagnetic weapons had been secretly carried out in the United States and Russia since the 1950s, and that, quote, previous research has shown that low-frequency waves or beams can affect brain cells, alter psychological states, and make it possible to transmit suggestions and commands directly into someone's thought processes. High doses of microwaves can damage the functioning of internal organs, control behavior, or even drive victims to suicide. End quote. In 1975, neuropsychologist Don R. Justison, director of Laboratories of Experimental Neuropsychology at Veterans Administration Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri, unwittingly leaked national security information. He published an article in American Psychologist about the influence of microwaves on living creatures' behavior. In the article, he quoted the results of an experiment described to him over a phone conversation by colleague Joseph C. Sharp, who was working on Pandora, a secret project of the United States Navy. Justison wrote, by radiating themselves with these voice-modulated microwaves, Sharp and Grove were readily able to hear, identify, and distinguish among the 9 words. The sounds heard were not unlike those emitted by persons with artificial larynxes. That this system was later brought to perfection is proved by a document which appeared on the website of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in 1997, where its Office of Research and Development presented the Department of Defense's project, communicating via the microwave auditory effect. The office offered the following description, quote, an innovative and revolutionary technology is described that offers a low probability of intercept radio frequency communications. The feasibility of the concept has been established using both a low-intensity laboratory system and a high-power RF transmitter. Numerous military applications exist in areas of search and rescue, security, and special operations. In January 2007, the Washington Post wrote on the same subject, quote, in 2002, the Air Force Research Laboratory patented precisely such a technology, using microwaves to send words into someone's head. That work is frequently cited on mind control websites. Rich Garcia, a spokesman for the research laboratory's Directed Energy Directorate, declined to discuss that patent or current or related research in the field, citing the lab's policy not to comment on its microwave work. In response to a Freedom of Information Act request filed for this article, the Air Force released unclassified documents surrounding that 2002 patent. Records that note that the patent was based on human experimentation in October of 1994 at the Air Force Lab, where scientists were able to transmit phrases into the heads of human subjects, albeit with marginal intelligibility. Research appeared to continue at least through 2002. Where this work has gone since is unclear. The research laboratory citing classification refused to discuss it or release other materials. We can only stress again that the world media avoided publishing the full scale of the progress of this research. Dr. Robert Becker, who was nominated twice for a Nobel Prize for his share in the discovery of the effects of pulsed fields at the healing of broken bones, wrote in his book titled Body Electric about the 1974 experiment by J.F. Schapitz, released due to the Freedom of Information Act request. Schapitz stated, quote, "In this investigation, it will be shown that the spoken word of hypnotist may also be conveyed by modulated electromagnetic energy messages, and without the person exposed to such influence having a chance to control the information input consciously," end quote. In one of the 4 experiments, subjects were given a 100-question test, ranging from easy questions to technical ones. Later, not knowing they were being irradiated, they would be subjected to information beams suggesting the answers to the questions they had left blank. Amnesia